That is gonna be fit to be tied.
If this is not the definition of safety, I don't know what is. So now the Cobalt is coming to a finish, which was a quick one. I'm headed to Copart today to go look around at the auctions. I need to make sure I take my orange vest. And it's raining, so it's going to be a nice day, Tater. Also, being that it's raining, I don't want to take this camera into the yard with me because I don't want it to get too wet. But we're taking the Subaru and we're headed there. I did bring my GoPro along since it's waterproof, and I will use that in the yard if it's raining too bad. If it's not raining too bad, I'll take this. I took my drone too. Probably will not use the drone, but you never know. You got, be prepared. I also reviewed this dual deck in a previous episode. I liked it at first, but I don't know. It sounds like I'm getting less sound on this side now. And my bass is pretty much non-existent, where it was really good when it first started. So I think something happened inside this deck. We will be upgrading to the same deck that I have in the Scion, but I have not purchased it yet. I have some other things to buy. More importantly right now, I need to buy an air dryer if I plan on painting in my garage. So that's the one I'm looking at. Is about $400, so not cheap, but if you want to have a good paint job, you don't want water in it. Another thing you guys mentioned in previous episodes, now that I'm caught up and everything, is that the Subaru blew some blue smoke on cold startups. I noticed that too. We have a little bit of blue smoke on cold starts. Not very bad, and I monitor my oil regularly. I've put almost 2,000 miles on this now, and I have not had to add oil yet, so it's not that significant. I don't know if the turbo seal leaks a little bit when it's cold, or if it's a valve stem seal leaking when it's cold. It's nothing that I feel is catastrophic. It's not going to leave me sitting. I've been driving this thing daily and not having an issue with it, so as long as you keep an eye on your fluids and stuff and monitor it, and you don't notice any like smoking on normal running, that's a good sign. There is only enough room in this car for the driver. The back and the passenger seat is completely filled. Like, how? I don't understand.
Make me understand.
The rain is just not giving up on me right now. I'm going in my second gas station right now to try to find a poncho. The first one didn't have one. Although they did have really nice safety vests, so I did get myself one. Since you have to supply your own vest now, check it out. Safety third, kids. Strike two. Well, I'm at a Walmart and a Dollar Tree now, and if neither one of them have ponchos,
That is gonna be fit to be tied.
just saying. If this is not the definition of safety, I don't know what is. So it's still hammering down the rain, but I'm here now. So I'm gonna switch over to my GoPro, get as much footage as I can with that. It's gonna be more raw footage, not B-roll, stuff like that. I might try, but it's a lot harder with a GoPro than it is with one of these. We'll see what happens, see how everything turns out, and there is a huge list here. So I have lots of cars to look at if they let me, because I don't know what the rules are. I did call, I knew they were open today. I know that I'm allowed to view the yard if I bring my own safety vest. Not that long ago, you had to be escorted, and you only had like 15 minutes or whatever. I don't know if they're still doing that. If they are, not really gonna be much to view today. I have to electronically sign in. They won't let me in the building. I can only pick 3 cars to preview from this list, so I don't know if I'll get to wonder a little bit. I didn't have to do this at other locations, but so now I have a huge list, and I have to narrow it down to 3 cars to look at. So it's not going to be a spectacular episode, I don't think, unless I can just kind of wonder a little bit. So we'll see what happens. I'm sitting in my car now to make my list, and then I'll get back to you guys whenever I see what happens. There's 2 things I really don't like. It's being limited at what I do at Copart and wet feet. And I have both right now.
All right, we're gonna try this voiceover thing. We're gonna see how it turns out, but as you can see, we have a police edition Ford Taurus. I was interested in the car, but not really, but I wanted to look it over anyways. I just wanted to see how bad the damage was. After looking at it, it's really not that bad. And yeah, I'm voicing over because I was being escorted. It sucks. Anyways, 3.7 V6. I was checking the frame rails out here, and that one was bent just a little bit there on the driver's side. I was trying to get a better eye on it, but you really can't see down in there too good. The front bash bar is pretty straight. Looked like the radiator condenser was all straight. I was trying to check in the wheel well, see if I could see any more damage, but I mean, it's just sealed up. You can't see. So walking around, checking it out, take a glance underneath. It is pouring down rain at this point. Everything looked good. Where you would have the most money in this thing is, yeah, the rockers, everything looked good. Where you'd have the most money in this thing is the interior. Because being a police model, when they're done, they rip all their electronics and stuff out. Next one, a 2015 Silverado LTZ. This truck has 97,000 miles on it, and it loves poles. She was a pole dancer. I was looking in, trying to get a glance on the frame rails. I did get a good look at them, and both of the front frame rails were bent in, but it was all in front of the suspension. I could see the kink in the rails. It was about 8 to 10 inches back from the front. Both kinked in. Didn't look like anything hit the engine. The rest of the truck is beautiful. I mean, this is a decked out, top of the line model. Leather, heated seats, touchscreen, all the works. Got in it, completely dead. And I also just noticed that the windshield was cracked, and the only blown bag is the steering wheel bag, which is an easy fix. Didn't check the seat belts to see if they were taut or not, but yeah, going around the back looks really good. I mean, this truck is nice. A little bit of surface rust, the frame rails, but not bad at all. Check the fenders, because that's where they normally will start to rust first. This thing was spotless. Checking in on the frame rails, they all look good. Everything looks good underneath there. Surface rust, that's it. Pretty good. There is a little bit of rust starting on the passenger side. Couldn't really see that in the pictures, but yeah, that's why it's always good to go look at them in person. Check the passenger area out. Very nice. So we got a jumper box, and this location seems to think that to buy the cheapest, smallest jumper box available, and that was good enough to get power to the gauges, and that was it. So get the gauges up, bunch of warnings, try starting it, click, click, nothing. We tried a couple times. I decided to sit and wait a couple minutes. He said the jump box was just freshly charged overnight, and it was full charge. That thing was junk.
This ain't got enough juice.
So kind of videoed while we were walking through, just kind of glancing at some things, stuff I wanted to look at, but just was not allowed to because mommy said I wasn't allowed. So there's a truck I wanted to look at. This one I wanted to look at for some reason. I don't know why. Glance it over. It is a V6. Somebody put a lot of money into this freaking thing. K&N intake. The car was originally silver, and somebody had the whole thing painted bright orange with black stripes, and that's no beginner job either. That's a professional paint job, and it looks really good. But I mean, well, why? Looking at it some more, started seeing some more things on it. It was hit really good in the front. It had the front cross member bent, but yeah, the paint job looked nice. Was checking for rust. Look down underneath, spotless. And if you you'll catch a glimpse here. It has aftermarket exhaust. You'll catch a glimpse here. If you can see the rotors, it has very nice drilled and slotted rotors on all four corners. Really new tires. Interior obviously had a stereo at one time. Somebody tore it out. There's some wiring in there. All the trim pieces were covered with carbon fiber. Might be faux carbon fiber, but I mean, it looks like carbon fiber. That's, you know, that's what, if I was gonna do upgrades to a V6, I would put fake carbon fiber on. Why go with the real stuff? So the car was completely dead. I had to bring the jump box over. We're gonna see if this one will start. I have no faith in these jump boxes. No faith at all. So we get power to the gauge cluster. Click, click, click. Nothing. I was just like, you know, I tried a couple times. I decided it wasn't worth it. No. So. And this is the last vehicle I got to preview, unfortunately. So I mean, it sucks, but that is all I was allowed to look at. So. Next video is going to be a lot better than this one, but oh well.
Not my Copart. It's upsetting to me. And then their jumper packs were crappy, and they would not jumpstart anything that I looked at. So I'm just hoping. The truck looked like it didn't hit the engine. So, you know, whatever. It is what it is. Don't know if we're going to get anything, and if we do, there's a very good possibility it's not something that was on this video. So, I'm going to look around, and that's probably going to be the end of this video. Good possibility the next video is going to be at another location, and I know they're a little bit better with things, and hopefully that happens. But I don't know. No promises. I don't know. I can't tell what the future will bring. So, and I'm not guaranteed anything that I bid on. So, I can't really give you guys an answer on what I'm bidding on or what I'm looking at, because there's so many. There was 30 cars on my list here, and I was only allowed to look at 3. I kind of glanced at a couple on the way by, but I mean, you really can't get a good idea by just glancing.
And so I'm gonna end the video here. I have lots of computer research to do since I could not look at the cars that I wanted to look at in person. I looked at some of them. The truck is already way high, which is typical for all trucks at Copart. So there are other ones, but I didn't get to look at them. So it's, oh, I hate to gamble. So we're gonna see what happens. I am also, looks like there's going to be a good possibility I'm going to go to another Copart tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. So if you guys like this video, smash that like button, leave me a comment, guess what I'm getting or gonna try to get, or whatever. Hit that dislike button if you like more rules and regulations. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Alright.
Beaner? What? Let me rub your head. What? Yeah? What do you want me to bid on? You don't... What's down there? What do we need down there? Here. You want your pet? You want your bear?
He goes nuts for this thing.
You want this? Do you want this? What are you doing? Hey, kitty.
Do we have to get a car to name after you? Hmm? You don't know? Okay.